This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. And a very pleasant good evening, everybody, as we welcome you into Preston Gym. As postseason has arrived, it's the opening round of the Great Basin District Tournament. As tonight the Lady Indians are at home, and they will play host to the Jerome Tigers, I should say. We welcome you in. We're glad to have you with us. This is the 4-5 matchup before the tournament. For, as you might imagine, Century took down the number 1 seed, being undefeated on the year. Minico is seeded 2. But then Mountain Home able to sneak in and grab the number 3 seed, partly because of that loss at Minico in the last game of the year for the Preston Indians last week. So Preston is the number 4 seed, and they are on Century's side of the bracket. And it comes down very simply to this. The winner of this game tonight more than likely will get Century on Saturday, as Century is playing the number 9 seed Pocatello tonight at home over in the Pocatello area. So it'll be a very interesting game, a very interesting next week or so for Coach Hall and the Lady Indians as they try to work their way through the tournament to get to the state tournament coming up in a couple of weeks. That's the good news is that 3 teams will qualify. The 2 teams who will go into the winner's bracket, so to speak, as you look at a normal tournament bracket, the 2 teams who make the final will both qualify, and then the consolation champion will qualify as well, and it all gets started here tonight. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll visit with Coach Kimber Hall, talk about this game tonight. We'll do all that as we continue right after this on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCU.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Welcome back to the pregame show. The Indians and the Jerome Tigers, first round of the playoffs coming up here in just a few minutes here on FM 105.5. Coach, we talked about winning off the sheet. Unfortunately, you lose the last game of the year against Minico. That makes a big difference. That's the difference between a 2 seed and a 4 seed now.
Yeah. That really that hurt, but we're over it. We're in Century's bracket, which somebody has to be anyway. You got to play them. So we took a day off, and we've had some pretty good practices, and we've got Liz back, which I feel like is going to really help us, I hope. And she seems like she's doing okay. I don't think she's going to be able to last a lot of minutes, but we'll get her in and out. And we just got to play better defense, and then we got to play offense and score some baskets. We can't afford to miss easy shots, and we did that so often up to Minico. And if the girls will just be patient and concentrate and make baskets, we should be in good shape.
You said you're in Century's bracket and just have to deal with it. The fact of the matter is you didn't play that bad against Century.
No, we didn't. But the thing is we've got to get this game to get to Century. And so we really haven't thought about Century other than we know they're there. And we just been focusing on Burley. And then we'll practice tomorrow afternoon, and hopefully we get to go to there on Saturday if everything goes according to plan.
So you got Jerome here tonight. It's a 4-5 matchup.
Yep.
And it's a team you played earlier this year, and you got him on your home floor, and you're able to beat them back earlier this month.
Yeah, and as we look at that, they were ahead 2 points at halftime, very identical. We shot 42%, both teams. Rebounded about the same. Everything was just identical, except we got a bunch of turnovers in the third and fourth end of the third quarter and fourth quarter. We played zone, and we're able to hold on to and we win by 14. But I look at that, and it was very close. And so they had the three girls that scored. That only had three girls that scored. It was 23 and 24 and 32. And we've got to stop those three. Now, if we can stop those three and rebound the basketball, we should be okay.
You head into this game, you can look back at that game offensively for you, and of course it was Bethany Dow who turned in another big performance, had a double-double earlier this year against Jerome.
Right, and Bethany's been able to do that at times. And then at Minico, I mean she missed about 6 or 7 shots right underneath the basket, and it would have really helped right at the first of the game. Then the second half she played real well, and so we need her to play well the whole time. And then we need Jessica to be a hustler, and we need Alyssa Wood to be able to hit some threes, and need the other girls to just be role players. And if they'll do that, we'll be okay. But I'm nervous. I think I'm playing the state championship here instead of just the first round. But it's just very important to get off on a good step.
That was my next question. How do you do that? How do you try to make sure you get out to a good start?
Well, I think that our focus this last 3 days has been, it may sound funny, but eyes. Eyes, watch, and see. Be patient.
Sorry for the delay. Our open here this evening, folks. Little technical difficulties. I have to go back and reboot some equipment, but we are ready. And you haven't missed anything yet as they're ready to announce the starting lineups for tonight's game. First for the Tigers from Jerome, Abriana Hurtado will get a start, a 5'4" junior. Amaya Thomas, another 5'4" junior, will start tonight as well. Ashley Cook, a 5'7" sophomore, will start tonight as well, as will Mercedes Bell. Bell, a 5'7" junior. And Hannah Sauberbelt gets a start tonight as well. They dim the lights here in the gym. Time to meet the starting lineups tonight for the Preston Indians. Senior Jessica Alder averages about 6.5 points a game, and she is a 5'9" senior. Alicia Wood, a 5'5" senior. And she averages 8.5 points a game, had 12 points in the game against Jerome earlier this year. Starting at the point guard will be Addie Mosier. Addie is a 5'5" sophomore. In the middle, it's Bethany Dow, the 6'1" senior, team's leading scorer, averages 18 points a game. And Liz Linhart, back from her little bout with pneumonia and her concussion time in the concussion protocol, and she will start tonight as well. She's a 6'1" senior, and she averages about 7 points a game. We want to welcome all those folks listening and watching along the internet tonight. Folks, I know a lot of folks watching over in Jerome. We did make the trip over here this evening as we welcome you to tonight's broadcast here on My Local Radio, and the folks listening and watching here in the Preston area as we have a simulcast here locally, action on FM 105.5 and AM 1340, and the video stream on mylocalradio.com. Here we go. Bethany Dow will jump center. She'll go up against Mercedes Bell, and it's tapped away. It's actually tapped by Dow, but it's controlled by Jerome. They get it up into the front court. Thomas pops it up top to Pfeiffer. And Pfeiffer tries to get the entry pass, and it's taken away by Dow. Here comes Bethany all the way. Knocked away from behind, taken away by Thomas. Goes to Pfeiffer, now back to Thomas, back up into the front court. The winner of this game likely gets Century on Saturday, and the first shot of the game is put up by Mercedes Bell, and she hits a two-pointer, just a two-pointer. Her foot was on the line. Full court pressure. The Indians break the press, get it up into the front court, get up to Alder. Now they get it to Wood, and they'll set up the offense. Alder, who had a great game against Jerome earlier this year, scored 12 points, hit a couple of three-pointers in that game as well. In fact, in each of the last 3 games, she has 3 three-point baskets scored in the games. Shot underneath by Alder is no good. Pfeiffer has the rebound, gives it to Hurtado, who walks it up into the front court. Over to Thomas on the right side, free throw line extended. Looks up top, Pfeiffer comes to set a screen, however they go the other way, bounce it down low, and it's a turnover as it goes out of bounds. Ball goes back over to the Indians, trailing 2-0, just a minute and 15 seconds into the contest here tonight. Up into the front court, look out, knocked away, however, nice play by Bell to keep it on the court. It goes to Thomas. Thomas up into the front court, three-point attempt is good. That's drained by Mercedes Bell. She has all 5 points here in the first 2 minutes of the game, and it's Bell 5 and the Indians nothing. Again, full court pressure up into the front court. They get it to Linhart. Linhart underneath to Alder. Alder too far underneath, can't get a shot, so she'll pull the ball back out. It comes back out top to Wood. Wood wants to direct traffic a little bit. She wants Dow to kind of cut through as Dow goes over into the corner. Now she'll cut baseline, get the pass, and she's fouled underneath. Bethany will go to the line to shoot two. The foul is going to go on Abriana or Hurtado. That's her first. Now here's Bethany Dow at the free throw line to shoot two, as she was fouled in the act of shooting. First one is good. Bethany had a pretty good night against Minico. She had 18 points, but most of those coming from the free throw line, where she was 10 of 15 from the line in that game. They're going to need a bounce, won't get it, as she misses the second. Rebounds off to Pfeiffer. They push back up into the front court as it comes to Thomas. Back to Bell. Now they'll give it to Hurtado, top of the key, and set up the offense. Bell now back to Hurtado again. She'll back the ball back out, go back to Pfeiffer at the right elbow. Hand it off as it goes to Thomas down the middle, has her shot blocked by Dow. She averages almost 4 a game, and the snap pass over the head of Wood and out of bounds as Linhart's pass just a little bit too tall. 5:37 to play here in quarter number 1. As Jerome off to a pretty good quick start. Leading 5-1 here early on in quarter number 1. Thomas terminates the dribble, comes over here on the left side to Hurtado. Now back out top as it comes to Thomas again. Back to Hurtado, can't get a shot. Skip pass all the way across, comes to Cook. Her three-pointer is good. Jerome is sinking three-pointers, and right now Preston is having just a difficult time even getting a shot here in the first quarter. Up in the front court, Dow has it in the right corner. Back out top as it comes to Wood. Wood will pull the ball back out and set up the offense again. Comes to Alder along the left sideline. Bow back out top, has the ball, dribbles back near the top of the key, stops, gives it down. Now it goes down to Alder on the block, turnaround jumper, in, out, stays in. Liz Linhart, because she missed all those games with the pneumonia and the concussion syndrome protocol that she was in, she's seen her average drop all the way down to 7.3 per game, as that's an air ball taken by Alder. However, it's knocked away from behind by Pfeiffer and out of bounds, and it goes back over to the Preston Indians. Again, it'll be the Tigers coming out and showing press here early on. Up into the comes to Mosier. Mosier gets to the timeline. Now flips it to Alder. Wide open underneath. Lay it in. I should take that back. It was Linhart with the basket. Nice look from Linhart. She broke all alone down the key, and a good pass got her the easy bucket. 8-5. Jerome still on top. Pfeiffer drives, blocked from behind by Dow. She's got a couple of blocks here in the early going tonight. Just under 4 minutes to play here in quarter number one. Gentry Mills comes into the first time, number 30 in black for the Tigers. As they get it out top, comes to Hurtado. She can't get a shot, gives it over on the far side. That's Vania Ortega into the game. Her shot is an air ball taken by the Indians back up into the front court. Alder holds it up over her head, gives it off to Wood. That's comes here on the near side. Tried to get it down low on the block into Linhart and was knocked away. It stays with Preston, however, underneath their own basket. Hannah Schonderveld comes into the game for the first time. As a shot short, rebound taken by Wood. She's able to chase it out near the timeline. Gets set up the offense again to Mosier. Nice little crossover dribble. Comes through the key. Gives it back to Wood as she couldn't get a shot. Back out top to Dow. Bethany, who had finished the season with 12 double-double performances on the year. Points and rebounds. And led the team in scoring and averaged about 16 points a game. Comes back to Dow at the left elbow. Wants to drive on Pfeiffer. Little spin move. Put it up and in. Bethany with 3 here in the early going, and Preston now trails by 1, 8-7, after spotting Jerome a sizable lead here in the early going. They look back over at Coach Monroe for the Tigers as he calls out the plays from the bench. That's a three-pointer put up by Pfeiffer. Her shot's no good. I think we get a couple of players knocked into each other for the Tigers, and it goes out of bounds. As Ortega and Schotterveld ran into each other going for the rebound, and they lost the ball out of bounds. So the Indians can get their first lead with a hoop here, as it's 8-7, 2.5 to play in quarter number one. Bad pass over the head of Bethany Dow and out of bounds. Another turnover for the Indians. That was a problem all year. If you were able to hear our pregame interview with Coach Hall, he talked about giving away opportunities and way too many turnovers. Yeah, I'd say so. The Indians had almost 400 turnovers on the year. Schotterveld, and she traveled. Tried to look for somebody to give the ball to as she was standing just outside the key area and ended up moving both pivot feet. Just to finish the thought, Preston finished the year with 388 turnovers in 21 games. That's an average of about 18.5 a game. So, yeah, when Coach says way too many, yeah, he really means it. Wood looks inside. Alder pops out to get the ball, and there's another turnover, speak of the devil, as it goes right through Alder's hands and out of bounds. Still a 1-point Jerome lead. As up into the front court, here comes Ortega, brings it across the timeline. Ball over on the far side. And try to get it back to Pfeiffer. There's Dow there to break up the pass and chase it out of bounds. Cassie Pugmire into the game. Sage Meek also into the game for the Indians for the first time here tonight with 1:43 to play here in the first. As they get the ball in to Schotterveld. Comes back over. That's through the hands of Mills, almost out of bounds. She was able to skid it back and now flip it back on the floor. Looking down low as it comes back out to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer back over to Ortega. Ortega gives it up. A little runner along the baseline. That's no good. Dow has the rebound. Kicks it out to Pugmire. They're on the run of the Indians. Now they'll slow it down as the defenders are back. It comes to Wood. Wood's entry pass to Dow is knocked away. Good hands by Ortega to knock the ball away. But she's not able to control it as Mercedes Bell comes back onto the floor. As leaving is Vanessa Pfeiffer, number 32, this 5'9" junior. Bell with it straight away. Drops it down low onto the block. Knocked away, but it comes to Mills. Mills now with it, swings it over onto the right side. Now back out top to Bell again. Another three is good by Mercedes Bell. She has a big first quarter. She has 8 points in the quarter, and it's 11-7. Jerome on top. Remember back in the first game between these two, right here back at Preston Gym in early January, Preston led by just a couple of points at the halftime break. Shot by Dow is no good. The putback by Linhart is in. Liz with 6, and it's a 2-point game, 11-9, with 28 seconds to play in the quarter. Nice move by Mills. She'll pull up, shoot, no good. Wood has the rebound, takes it out of midair, pushes it back up into the front court. Weaves her way behind the traffic. Gives it off to Meek. Sage looks inside, nothing there. She'll give it to Linhart. Linhart goes off the glass, no good. Dow with the rebound. Her putback is no good. Bell has it. She'll give it off to Schotterveld with 5, with 4, with 3, with 2. Bell for a 3 to beat the buzzer, no good. Looked good, but stayed out. And we're done with the first quarter here tonight. After the first, Jerome with a 2-point lead. They lead it 11-9. Back with more as we'll go to the second. As we're back after this timeout on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
The right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tremonton branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
So Preston bring the ball in to start quarter number 2. They trail by 2, 11-9. Here to start the second quarter. They get Kaylee Larson into the game, number 30 in white. She'll play down low as Liz Larson goes to the bench. Pugmire looks inside, bounces it down low to Dow. Dow goes baseline, her shot no good. Larson had it, stripped away, taken away by Schotterveld, and controlled by the Tigers as they push up into the front court. They get it to Bell. Bell back out top as it comes to Schotterveld. Cook gives it off as it comes back to Schotterveld at the top of the key. Bounce it down low. Now swing it back out. Ortega looks at a 2, no good. Rebound is inside by Bell. Bell kicks it back out to Schotterveld. Her shot is no good. Dow and Larson fight for it. Batted around a little bit. Finally picked up by Larson. Up into the front court it comes to Pugmire. Pugmire will settle from the left elbow. That's no good. Inside, Larson has it. Put it back up and in. Kylie Larson had 9 points the other night against Minico. That was a season high for her. And gets her first 2 here, and we're even at 11 with 6:40 to play here in the second quarter. Bell slows the ball down. She'll hold it out near the timeline. And that's off the hands of Ortega and out of bounds. So Vanessa Pfeiffer comes back. Amaya Thomas back into the game here as well. Wood. Nothing there. She'll give it off to Meek on the left side. Free throw line extended. Now back out top to Wood. Snap it down low. And the entry pass to Larson. She's fouled. Foul's going to go on Mercedes Bell. That'll be her first. Ball out of bounds to the Indians underneath their own basket. We're still tied at 11. That's 2 team fouls on Jerome. None so far tonight on the Indians. Larson down the middle, shoots over Pfeiffer. Can't get it to go down, but Pfeiffer has the rebound. There's the first foul tonight against the Indians, as that's going to go against Larson on the rebound. That's their first team foul, the first one against Larson as well. As bring the ball up into the front court. Hurtado gives it off here on the near side to Thomas. Back out top to Bell. Bell wants to go around Larson. Drops it off to Pfeiffer. Put it in, count it, and she'll go to the line. Foul is going to be on Sage Meek. That'll be her first, team second. But now Vanessa Pfeiffer is going to go to the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play and extend the lead out to 3. High arching shot is good, and she does give her team back that three-point lead again. It's 14-11, and they'll come right back out and show full court pressure again. As it comes to Larson, down low to Dow. Dow goes up, no good, but she'll go to the free throw line. Nice pass by Larson to get it to Dow. Foul's going to go on Vanessa Pfeiffer. That's her first, team's third. And now Bethany Dow goes back to the free throw line. She was 1 of 2 from there during the first quarter. First one is good. In that game earlier this month against Jerome, Bethany Dow finished that game with 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 blocks. One of her 12 double-doubles on the year. And like before, she made the first, missed the second. We're going to have a lane violation against Jerome, so Bethany's going to get the second free throw again. So Dow back to the line. And the free throw here is good. So she ends up making a pair. She now has 4 in the game. Here on the near side, Ashley Cook has it. She'll hand it to Hurtado, who comes running by. Hurtado wants to drive. She'll kick back out to Cook. Back out top to Bell, who has a couple of three-pointers from there already. And the entry pass trying to get it to Pfeiffer is out of bounds. Threw it too far out in front of her. There's no way she was going to reach it. And it rolled out of bounds. And again, full court pressure. Meek to Wood, now back to Meek. Look out, long pass to Pfeiffer to Larson. Little short jumper is good. Kylie Larson with the 8-foot jumper. And the Indians have their first lead of the game. It's 15-14 with 5:10 to play here in the first half. Thomas spins at the left elbow, can't get a shot. Bell wants to drive. Lost the ball, foul. They're going to call it, no foul. They're going to call it a kicking violation. It's a good thing because Wood had the ball and was off to the races. But they're going to call it a kicking violation. I believe it was going to go against Larson from behind as Liz knocked it away. Hurtado on the right side, bounces it down low as it goes to Thomas in the right corner. Dribbles, can't get a shot, so she'll bring it back out to Hurtado again. Up top, Cook hands it off. Bell for another 3. Good again. Bell's got 11 points. She's made 3 three-point shots here in the first half. As again, the Indians come up under full court pressure. They break the press. Dow gives it to Wood, who settles out near the timeline and lets the offense set up. Pugmire comes through. Larson goes and settles in the left corner. Larson has it, dribbles it out, comes back to Pugmire now over here on the right side. Free throw line extended. Under good pressure, looking for somebody to cut to the ball. She gets it to Meek, over to Wood. Wood looks at a three. Needs a bounce, won't get it. Rebound inside and a foul from behind by Larson. That's going to be 2 on Kylie. And that will be 3 on the team as Liz Linhart comes back in, and Larson will now head back to the bench. That was a substitute that was already planned as Linhart had already checked in. But before they could get her out of there, Larson picked up her second foul. So 3 team fouls for each side, halfway through quarter number 2. A 2-point lead for the Indians. Thomas and Travel trying to kick the ball back out to Bell again. Tell you what, Bell's a pretty good shooter. She even hit that 3 just as a practice shot after the whistle. So it's 17-10 with 3:45 to play on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. The Indians have the ball. Bring it down low to Livehart. That's a shot, no good. Rebound comes off. Here comes Thomas up to the front court. Again here for Jerome. Swing it to the block. Pfeiffer turns, gives it back. 17-foot jumper by Thomas is no good. Rebound underneath, taken away as Alder ended up with the ball for the Indians. She'll bring it back up to the front court. Bell cuts her off to slow her down. She'll swing it over on the left side. It comes to Wood. Tried to lob it inside to Linhart. That shot no good off the glass. Bethany tried to go back up and then stumbled. And they're going to give it back to the Tigers, much to the chagrin of the folks who did make the trip over here tonight from Jerome, as they thought the ball should have gone to Jerome, and now they're going to change their mind and give it back to the Tigers after the 2 officials got together. Have to say, I think I agree with the call. 3 minutes to play in the half. 17-15, Jerome on top on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard here in the opening round of the Great Basin District Tournament. There was a couple of other games, play-in games, if you will. We'll tell you about those here in just a minute when we get a chance. As it comes to Thomas. Back to Bell, back out top. Now she hands it back to Thomas. They set up a double high post. That's Pfeiffer and Bell at the opposite elbows. As it comes back out top, now back to Thomas, back to Bell. 2-pointer this time is no good. Dow has the board as Bethany will put it on the floor and push it up into the front court herself. So give it to Alder here on the right side. Back out top to Meek. Swing it to Wood over on the left side. Back out top to Meek. Looks inside. Now she goes to Alder. Get it down low. Nice pass to Linhart as Liz able to make the basket. She has 8, and we're tied at 17. 2:17 to play here in the first half. Back to even, 17 all, as Thomas wrestles the ball away from Wood. Little scoop shot is no good. Alder has the rebound. They want to push before they can set up the press. Alder weaves her way through traffic, gets the ball up into the front court as it comes to Meek, to Wood. Wood in the right corner, looks inside, nothing there. Meek will swing it to Alder over on the left side, bring it back over on the right side. Now back to Wood, squirts through her hands, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to go back over to the Jerome Tigers after the ball rolled out of bounds right in front of the Jerome bench. The 2 games that were already played in the tournament, the play-in games, Pocatello beat Wood River 53-45 in overtime. They're playing at Century tonight. Congratulations for winning the game. And then Burley beat Canyon Ridge 40-23, and Burley is playing at Minico. Pfeiffer out top of the ball, hands the ball to Mills. Mills to White. Driving down the middle, shoots around Linhart, and a foul on Linhart. Liz got her hands up, but just a fraction too late and draws the foul. That's her first and the team's 4th. So 17 all, and Alexis White will go to the free throw line. First one by Alexis is good. Alexis, a 5'7" sophomore. Now with her second, she made them both. So back to a 2-point lead again for the Tigers, 19-17. 1:20 to play here in the first half. Mosier back into the game. The ball goes to Linhart. Her jumper is no good. White had it poked away. Goes back out to Mosier. Mosier drives, now kicks it back to Alder in the right corner. Back to Mosier. Three-pointer from straight away. Goes way down and comes out. And the rebound is taken by Schotterveld as she gives it up to Hurtado up into the front court with 1 minute to play in the half. Mills gives it off. She'll swing it back to Soderveld again. Now as it comes back to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer looks inside, nothing there. She'll give it back to White. Alexis will pull it back out and give it back to Hurtado. Mills comes to meet the ball back out near the timeline. She gives it back to Schotterveld. To Pfeiffer, driving all the way. Blocked by Linhart. Taken away by the Indians. Here they come 2-on-1. Mosier all the way. Put it up and she's fouled. Foul's going to go on Gentry Mills. That'll be her first. 4 on the team. And now Addie Mosier is going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Mosier, an average free throw shooter, about a 48%er on the year, makes the first one here. It's actually her first point of the game. And as she steps up to shoot the penalty, she can tie the game again with 25 ticks left on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard here before halftime. Second one, no good. So it stays a 1-point lead for the Tigers, although they'll get the last shot here with 20 seconds left. Hurtado up into the front court, goes in the left corner. There's Pfeiffer, dribbles it out of the corner, back out top to Mills, to White. White dribbles baseline, shot no good. Tap by Dow as it goes right to Schotterveld. Her shot was no good. Controlled by the Indians rather, and that's the way the first half will end. Boy, that ball went way down and came back out, and then the Indians had the rebound and couldn't control it. And luckily, the Tigers did not get another shot before the halftime buzzer went off. So we're done with the first 2 quarters, a 1-point lead for the Tigers. As we go to the halftime break, it is Jerome 19, Preston 18. Back right after this on mylocalradio.com.
Local sports. You can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today. Since 1958, when the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires, because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
In business for almost 70 years, Valley Implement has been serving customers with integrity, personalized service, and accountability for generations. Their mission is to contribute to agriculture and the agricultural way of life. When it comes to irrigation, equipment, attachments, parts and service, and precision farming, Valley Implement in Preston is here to work for you. Visit them today, 213 West 8th North, Preston. Valley Implement, all things agriculture.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tree Mountain branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC. FDIC.
When you see that big green dinosaur, whether at your favorite gas station or convenience store on the side of a delivery truck, you know quality Sinclair products are available there from Hall Oil Company. Hall Oil is a family-owned and operated business that's been serving folks in Cache Valley since 1947. They're your local fuel and oil broker with a low-price guarantee. Another guarantee that's been really important this winter is that when you fill your fuel tanks with premium winter diesel fuel from Hall Oil, it's guaranteed not to gel, even when the temperature drops below zero. It's the no-gel guarantee from Hall Oil Company.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Welcome back. We are at halftime as Jerome leading Preston 19-18. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by West Motor Company. West Motor Company is the place to go when you're in the market for a new car, Dodge, Jeep, or Dodge truck. Why? Simple. They make you feel like it's a home sweet home. They believe that because they can give you the best deal possible, well, you are certainly in the right place when it comes to buying your new car. If you call Cache Valley home, stop by West Motor Company and welcome home. Well, for the Indians, they got out to a terrible slow start tonight. They fell behind 8-1 by the time they crawled back into the game and tied the game at 12. Then it was a kind of back and forth after the final 4 minutes or so of the second quarter, and we're at 19-18 here at the halftime break. As Coach Hall talked about that the Indians need to take better care of the basketball. The first meeting of the year between these two teams. Preston led by a couple of points at the halftime break, but then really got a little sloppy with the ball in the second half of that game previously, back in the beginning of January, but they're still able to go out and win the game by 14. But there'll be some work left tonight here for if the Indians are going to be able to do that here this evening. So 19-18, Jerome on top. Back with more halftime activities. We'll check the stats from the first half as we continue right after this on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
Welcome back. We're at halftime. Take a look at the stats The scoring from the first half, first for Jerome. Not a whole lot of points scored really on either side. Ashley Cook had 3. Mercedes Bell had 11. She made 3 3-pointers in the first half. And Vanessa Pfeiffer had 3 for a total of 19. They were 1 for 1 from the free throw line in the first half. For Preston tonight, Preston got Bethany Dow with 5, Kylie Larson with 4, Liz Linhart with 8 in the first half, and they were 3 out of 5 from the free throw line in the first half. So not a lot of scoring, not a lot of fouling either in the first half, as the second half coming up just in a little bit. Stokes Market and True Value, a proud sponsor of Preston Indians basketball, help bring you tonight's game. They're not only see you as a customer, but as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery items as well. Stop by today, 217 South State Street in Preston. That is Stokes Market and True Value. We'll come right back. Second half, just around the corner on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
And every project is a True Value at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. Whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston. When it comes to major surgery, think small. Small town, that is. At Franklin County Medical Center, the surgical capabilities are anything but small. Partnered with the top surgeons and specialists in the region to provide advanced care to those living in southeastern Idaho. Whether it's cataract surgery, women's surgery, gallbladder removal, trauma, even a full hip or knee replacement, they have you covered. And now, they're among the few hospitals in southeastern Idaho able to remove kidney stones. See just how big the surgical capabilities really are. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
Do you remember last spring when runoff water was flooding fields and borrow pits because of plugged, collapsed, or non-existent culverts? Well, now is the time to get new culverts installed. And Valley Implement and Irrigation has the culverts you need. They buy them by the semi-load. And they have poly pipes and culverts in the diameter and length.
Well, the second half is going to get started here just a few seconds early as the referees walked over and said, stop the clock, let's go. So we'll apologize for breaking into that last commercial as we're underway as the ball belongs to Jerome to start the second half. In the corner, Cook tries to drive the baseline. She's cut off by Alder. Back out top to Bell. Bell gives it back to Thomas, way away from the basket. Tried a little pump head fake. Taken away by Dow. Here comes Bethany all the way against Bell. Lay it up, no good, as the rebound is off to Thomas. Hurtado will push it up into the front court, as Dow missed the left-hand layup that would have given her team a lead here early on in quarter number 3. Hurtado skips it back out. Back to Thomas for 3. No good. Long rebound comes back to Hurtado. She steps inside the arc. Her 2 is no good. That rattles off a couple of hands and shins, and it's going to stay with Jerome. Dow touched it. It went off of Linhart, then rolled out of bounds. So Jerome bounce pass inside to Pfeiffer, and she's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. Linhart draws the foul, her second, team's first of the second half. And here's Vanessa Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer shot the only free throw of the first half tonight for Jerome. And her second one, another high arching shot, is good again. That gives her 4 in the game and puts her team out to a 2-point lead. She missed the second. Rebound is off to Wood. Picked up in the backcourt by Hurtado. Wood will get it across up into the front court. Comes on the left side to Alder. Back out top to Wood. Wood goes to Mosier in the right corner. Can't get a shot there. Back to Wood. Puts it inside. It goes to Dow. Dow tries to fight her way through a double team, and it's taken away. Ball comes to Cook. Cook walks it up into the front court. Comes back to Thomas again, who will set up the offense. Swinging on the right side, back to Hurtado. Back to Bell. Inside, Pfeiffer. Shot no good. Gets her own rebound. She goes up and she's fouled again. That's going to go against Linhart. That's 3 on her. Remember, Kylie Larson had 2 that short time that she was in. She comes jumping off the bench, and so head over to the scorer's table to check in. So she'll come back in for Linhart here in just a second, as the first free throw by Pfeiffer is no good. So Linhart goes back to the bench. Kylie Larson, who had 4 points in the first half, comes back on. Pfeiffer, high arching free throw, makes the second. She's made 3 out of 5 on the night and has 5 points overall in the game. A 3-point lead here for Jerome, as they've scored the only points of the second half so far, a minute and a half into the half. Get it to Dow. Dow to Larson. In the corner, it goes to Alder for 3 as an air ball. Too flat and too hard. Taken down by the Tigers as Thomas pushes the ball back up into the front court. Thomas into the right corner, bounce it down low to Bell. Bell puts it up and in. She got it up around Bethany Dow and got the layup, and she has 13 in the game. Timeout called by the Preston Indians. 5:58. We'll take the timeout here as well. 23-18. Jerome on top. Back after the break on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Preston basketball tonight brought to you in part by Franklin County Medical Center. Remember, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, back on your feet, and back to a normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medical and Rehab Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you the treatment designed to get you back on your feet, so call them today. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet. Ball belongs to the Indians after the timeout. Down low as it goes to Alder. She's fouled going up. She got good position inside. Wasn't much she could do from there, however, but she was fouled going up. Amaya Thomas draws the foul. First foul of the half against Jerome. So here's Jessica Alder. She'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. First one is good. First point of the game for Jessica, who averaged 6.8 points per game on the year. And a pretty good free throw shooter overall, 72%. As she steps up and makes both of them here. First 2 points of the contest. Full court pressure here by the Indians. Preston trails by 3. Jerome gets it up into the front court. Goes to Hurtado. Back in the corner. That is Cook driving the baseline. Shoots high over Dow. No good. Larson has the rebound. Gives it off to Alder. They want to push. The defenders are back, so they'll slow the ball up again as they give it to Addie Mosier. Mosier will bring it over here on the left side as it comes to Wood. Wood looks inside as Dow battles for position with Pfeiffer. Larson drops it down into her and the layup is in. Nice work by Bethany Dow getting physical inside with Pfeiffer, and finally ended up with room to work with, as that's going to be a foul on Larson trying to cut the ball off along the sideline, and now she has 3. 3 team fouls in the half here against the Indians as well. So a little foul trouble inside now for Preston, as Linhart and Larson both with 3 fouls apiece here early third. Hurtado has it in the corner. Drives baseline. Tries to bounce it down low to Bell. Lost it. And it's going to go back in the backcourt. That'll be a backcourt violation. The ball belonged to the Indians. Bell couldn't handle the pass cleanly. Instead, she tried to get it back out near the timeline to Cook, but the pass was errant, and Cook couldn't catch up to it before it went into the backcourt. 4:43 left in the third on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Preston down by a point, 23-22. Wood dribbles in the backcourt. Oh boy, almost carried it over. Comes to Mosier. Mosier gives it back to Alder. Down low on the block. It goes to Larson. Little left-hand turn. The lane is in. Larson has 6, and the Indians have a lead again, 24-23. Full court pressure. The Tigers able to break it as they get it up into the front court. Pfeiffer, snap pass comes all the way across the court to Cook in the left corner. Nothing to do with it there. Bell for another three-pointer. That one's no good. Dow has the rebound up high as Mosier has it, pushes it up into the front court. Mosier weaves her way through traffic. He goes to Wood for 3 from the corner. That's no good. The long rebound comes all the way back out. Larson able to chase it down. And throws it over the head of Jessica Alder and out of bounds. Mills, Schottervelt, and Ortega, I believe, all come back in here for Jerome as Jeremy Monroe changes out 3. And full court pressure here by the Indians. We go into the 4-minute mark to play in quarter number 3. Mosier knocked the ball away and then ran the player over as Schottervelt ends up sliding into the bench. And for Addie Mosier, that'll be her first foul and the team's 4th. So 4 team fouls against the Indians halfway through quarter number 3. Turning, had her shot blocked. That was Schottervelt as Alder takes it out of the air for the Indians, pushes it back up into the front court. Mosier looks inside, double post. It comes to the high post. That's Dow. Dow tries to go left-handed. It's go off the rim and no good. But Bethany's foul, and she'll make another trip to the free throw line. As the foul is going to go on Vanessa Pfeiffer. That'll be her second, and the team's second here as well, as Dow will go to the free throw line after the timeout. Timeout on the floor, 3:30 left. Back with more right after this on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
Welcome back. Dan Hubbard with you from Preston Gym. Bethany Dow at the free throw line to shoot 2. First one is no good. Bethany's made 3 out of 5 so far tonight. She has 7 points. Looking to extend the lead here for Preston as she makes the second. And the Preston lead is now 2. Bethany has 8 here in the contest. Pfeiffer threw the ball away. It's picked off by Larson for Preston. Up into the front court. Brings it all the way across to Wood over on the left side. Looks inside, lobs it inside. As it goes to Larson, put it up and in. Kylie Larson snuck back door after that skip pass all the way across. Now up into the front court, and it'll be a held ball as it was Ortega bringing the ball up into the front court and stopped as soon as she got across the timeline and find herself in a trap she couldn't get out of. Says she held it up. Alder got 2 hands on the ball. They called it a held ball, but it's going to stay with Jerome right in front of the Jerome bench as they bring it back in with 3:05 to play in the quarter. Schottervelt. 3-point attempt is in and out by Mills. Rebound is off to the Indians. Knocked away. Hurtado has it in the corner, then she's fouled. Holding foul is going to go against Addie Mosier. That'll be her second. That's 5 now on the Indians in the second half. Just under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter, 2:57 to be exact. Preston up by 4. Inbound pass is intercepted. Head by Wood. Goes up to Mosier. Mosier missed the layup. There's Dowd, but the putback is in. Bethany Dow puts it back in. Preston with their biggest lead of the game of 6 points. Ball loose in the backcourt. This is held again, and this one's going to go back to Preston. So Wood got a hand on it, knocked it away. Mosier dove on it, and then they were able to take the ball away and keep it away as well. So a timeout called by Jerome. It'll be a full timeout. We'll keep it here. And we'll remind you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by our friends at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. They have what you need for all of your financial needs, whether it's mobile banking, free rewards banking, auto or RV loans. Advantage Plus has what you need. With 60 years of tradition, Advantage Plus is here to serve you with the services you need and want. Stop by today and see for yourself. You'll find them at 311 South Highway 91 right here in Preston. That is Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, member NCUA, and equal housing lender. Been looking at Twitter to see if I can find any other scores from any other games going on tonight. There are 4 other games going on this evening here in the first round of the tournament. I should say 3 other games. Pocatello is at Century that we mentioned. Burley is at Minico. Twin Falls is playing at Mountain Home in the game here at Preston. So the ball out of bounds to the Indians right in front of their bench. 2:40 to play on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard here in quarter number 3. Alder's got to get it in. You got to hurry as you get it into Larson in the paint. Larson had it knocked away, then it's off the foot of Ortega and out of bounds. So it's going to stay with the Indians. Now the ball underneath their own basket rather than on the side. Alder again will bring it in. Looking. Now gets it into Wood. Back to Alder in the corner. Now back to Wood. They'll set up the offense. 2.5 to play left here in the quarter. Preston leading by 6, 29-23. Remember, they trailed at halftime by a point. Into Dow. Turns left. Shot high off the glass is no good. Bell has the rebound for Jerome. And she gives it off to Hurtado. They push it back up to the front court to Mills. Now back to Hurtado. Hurtado trying to direct traffic as they set up the offense. Bell has it. She turns to the free throw line. Kick it back out. A three-pointer I think was tipped on the way in. The shot was by Ortega. And then a holding foul in the backcourt against Bell. That's her second. 3 on the team. Alexis White comes back in, the sophomore, number 5 in black, as Abriana Hurtado will go back to the bench. We go under 2 minutes to play in the quarter. Wood out top, comes back. Now they get it back in at the left elbow. It comes to Dow. Dow holds it, now swings it down into the corner to Mosier. Back to Dow. Dow way away from the basket, will lob it inside as it goes to Larson. Her shot no good. Dow tips it once, tips it to herself, put back it in. Long arms comes to her advantage there. She's able to corral the rebound and put it back in as Preston now up by 8. Well, again, their biggest lead of the game. Bell has it, brings it back out top to Mills, swings it over in front of the bench, now back over to White on the left side. Free throw line, 15-foot jumper's no good, and she's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. Foul's going to go on Mosier. That'll be her third. So fouls starting to add up now a little bit against Preston. As with 1:17 left here in the quarter, they're out of fouls for the half. Linhart has 3. First shot by Wood is good. Kylie Larson has 3. And now Addie Mosier has 3. White back to the free throw line, trying her next free throw. She's made 4 out of 4, and she has 4 points in the game. It's 31-25 now on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard with 1:10 to play in the quarter. Alder looks inside to Dow, can't go there. They double team her down on the block, so she pops out to the corner. However, the ball goes the other way. Mosier back to Woods, swing it back on the left side. Now it's Larson who come to meet the ball at the left elbow. Down the middle, off the glass, no good, as the rebound pulled down by Schotterveld. Schotterveld gets it out to Mills up into the front court. That's to Ortega, running down along the baseline. That's no good. Shot was an air ball, but a foul from behind. That's going to go against White, That's her first, and just the fourth against the Tigers here as we're inside the final minute of quarter number 3. See how long the Indians try to hold the ball here so they can take the last shot in the quarter. With 40 seconds to play, swing it back over to Wood. To Mosier. Mosier give it back to Alder, almost threw it away. Alder with good hands, able to go get it. Gives it to Larson at the free throw line. Swing it all the way back over on the right side to Wood. Now back out top to Mosier. Dow pops up to the elbow to get it. Now wants to drive, puts the ball on the floor. One bounce dribble. They'll get it back to Mosier. 17 on the clock, down to 15 now. Back out top to Mosier with 12. Wood looks at a 3, in and out. Dow has the rebound, put it back in. Bethany Dow puts the lead back out to 8 again with 2-1 on the clock. They take it away, and that's the way the quarter ends. Good quarter for the Indians. They'll go off with a lead. We'll go to the fourth, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. We'll take you there after the timeout. Back with more after this on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
To shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
The Indians outscored the Tigers 15-6 in the quarter, and they lead 33-25 as we go here to the fourth. Brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. The Tigers have the ball to control the fourth, to start the fourth quarter. As it comes to Pfeiffer, tried to bounce it inside. Ooh, look out. As Dow, who had been foul-free until right then. Nope, in fact, not even, yeah, they are. They're going to call it on Bethany. I thought they were calling somebody else. So Dow draws her first foul. That's 7 on the team, and that should be free throw time. And a Schodervelt will go to the line to shoot 1-1. Scoreless so far tonight, and she was one of the hot hands in that first game against Preston back at the beginning of the month, as she misses the front end of the 1-1, and she's still scoreless. Sage Meek into the game. Will push the ball up into the front court after the long rebound. Now comes back to Meek. Back to Wood here on the left side. Back out top to Meek. Swing it over to Alder. Alder holding. Now back out top to Meek. They'll bring it back over here to the left to get it back to Wood. Pugmire back into the game. Cassie has it in the corner. Back out top to Meek. Swing it back to Alder. Alder not looking for a shot. Goes back to Meek. Now they try to bounce it inside. Why they tried to bounce the ball in, a bounce pass into the triple team, I still don't know. But it goes down low on the block to Pugmire. They'll swing it back out to Wood again. Wood will hold on to it and let the clock run as Thomas just stands back, doesn't offer any defense. Now she comes forward, so Alicia will put the ball back into motion as it comes back to Meek. Meek gives it back to Pugmire. Pugmire holds on, gives it to Wood, dribbling by, comes back over to Alder. Back out top to Meek again. Back to Wood, dribbles around a crowd, now comes all the way around the top of the key, goes down into the corner, holds it there, under good defense, gets it to Meek. Sage has to chase it all the way back in the corner, almost dribbled into the back court, but didn't. Dow has it in the right corner now, holding there as the Indians just let the clock run. As Alder comes to try to meet the ball, here comes Dow. Bethany drives to the basket, her layup is no good. Pfeiffer has the rebound. As Alder got a hand on the exit pass, however, it goes back over. It ends up in the hands of Thomas, back up into the front court for the Tigers. In the corner to Hurtado. Bounce it down low. as Dow got a hand on the pass to knock it away. It goes to Pugmire, gives it up to Wood. Wood up into the front court as it goes back to Alder again. Back to Wood, they'll set up the offense again. They've run a couple of minutes off the clock last possession as Wood all the way, and it'll be a blocking foul, but it'll stay out of bounds underneath the basket. A non-shooting foul. Hannah Schodervelt will call for the foul. That's her first. That's 5 on the team now. As Mercedes Bell will come back in. Hurtado will leave. Schodervelt will leave as well. As I think it was Ashley Cook who came back on the floor, number 21. Meek with it right in front of her own bench. Skips it over to Wood. In the corner it goes to Alder. Now back out top to Wood. Tried to force it inside again to Dow. Punched away by Pfeiffer, but the Indians able to go get it. Alder holds it, gives it back to Meek. Dribbles down the right side of the key, takes it down to the corner. She'll pull it back out to Alder again. Alder goes all the way down into the left corner, and she'll give it back to Wood. Wood holds it, looks inside again. She'll go back out top to Alder again. Alder right down the middle, flips it up toward the basket, high off the glass. Not a prayer that going in, as it's knocked away by Cassie Pugmire, but it's still going to be taken by Thomas. As over the head of Mills and out of bounds, the ball will come back over to the Indians again. I'm sure they were playing for layups only, but Alder flipped that ball way up high off the glass and didn't really have much of a chance of going in. So they'll pick the ball up back in the back court, the Tigers, against the Indians. As coming to get the ball is Sydney Marlowe into the game for the first time. And Marlowe as Alexis White called for the foul. That's her second. So now the Tigers are out of fouls as well, so free throws for both sides all the rest of the way out. Indians lead by 8, 33-25. Pugmire has it. She'll kick it back out. Back to Meek. Looks at a three. No good. Pugmire has the rebound. Fumbles it in the air. Dow has it. As Bethany's knocked down, they're going to say it's off of Bethany. As she was going down, she threw the ball out of bounds. So the ball goes back over to the Tigers. 4:44 to play here in the fourth quarter. Brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. White all the way down the floor, fouled by Marlowe. Sydney will draw her first. And Alexis White's going to go back to the free throw line. She's 4 for 4 from the free throw line tonight. Not exactly the one you want to foul and send to the line. So here's White. First one is good. She's made all 5 of her free throw attempts. Here comes number 6 on the evening. But again, she has 6 points, all from the charity stripe, and the lead's cut down. It's now down to 6, 33-27. Pugmire steps the dribble up into the front court, brings it into Wood. Alicia drives high off the glass, no good, but she'll go to the free throw line now. As a holding foul. That's going to go against Hurtado. That's her second, and 7 on the team. So here's Alicia Wood at the free throw line to try to shoot from some free throws here. And she makes the first. That layup she tried was just her second shot that she tried to make tonight. She tried a 3 in the first half that missed. As she makes both free throws, her first 2 points of the game. Lead back out to 8 again, 35-27. 4:23 to play. Under full court pressure, the Tigers get it up into the front court. Driving is White along the baseline, flips it up over Dow, no good. Marlowe has the rebound. Her exit pass is intercepted by Bell. Down low, White standing all alone, lays it in. 35-29 now on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. 4 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Pugmire gives it back to Meek. Dow pops up to the top of the key to meet it. Almost had it knocked away from behind. Now she'll back in on Pfeiffer, and left-handed able to put it in. 16 in the game now for Dow. Marlowe steps in front, she'll intercept it, and it's a held ball, and it's going to go to the Indians. Kylie Larson's going to come in, Pugmire will leave, and a timeout on the floor. Full timeout called here by the Tigers, so we'll take it here as well. 3:38 to play. Preston up 8. Back with more after this on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
A higher level of precision and accuracy, that's what the new Naveo Robotic Assistance System at Franklin County Medical Center provides you. Whether you're in need of revision, partial, or total knee replacement, the new robotic assisted surgery technology at Franklin County Medical Center allow knee surgery candidates the comfort of knowing that their knee surgery will be performed with confidence, improving the function, feel, and longevity of your new knee. Learn more about the new robotics machine at fcmc.org. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
Tonight's game is also brought to you in part by S&T Electric. When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys are your go-to crew. Whether it's new construction, new repair work, service, or new installation, whatever it might be, you know your electric will be done right when it's done by S&T Electric. It's what they do. Ball belongs to the Indians. 3:38 left here in quarter number 4. Fourth quarter, of course, as always, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. As Meek gets it into Wood. Wood wanted to drive, pulls it back out to Marlowe. Back down low into the paint. It goes to Dow. Pfeiffer is good. She's fouled and she'll go to the free throw line. Pfeiffer draws her third foul. That's 8 now on both teams. And Bethany Dow will go back to the free throw line to shoot her 7th free throw of the night. She's made 4 out of 6 so far, but that one's no good. 10-point lead for the Indians. 3:20 to play. In the corner it goes to Hurtado. Her 3 is good. Tell you what, Jerome has shot well from the outside tonight. Down to a 7-point lead for the Indians. 39-32. Check that. As it comes to Meek in the front court. It goes in the corner to Larson. Drives into the paint. Tries to shoot. Can't. Dow able to grab the ball out of midair. Her shot rolls off. However, Meek's there to grab the rebound. They'll set the offense up again. Under 3 minutes now remaining in regulation. Back to Larson. Goes off the glass and in. Larson with a new career high, now with double digits. She has 10 tonight. And the lead 41-32. In the corner, three-pointer put up is going to be too long. That shot put up by Mills. The long rebound comes off to Preston. Wood has it back up into the front court. 2.5 to play on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard as the ball comes to Dow. Back door to Marlowe. Goes off the glass and in. No, it did not go in. It came out, but Dow was there to pick up the rebound. So Dow puts it back in. She has 20 on the night, and the lead back out to 11, their biggest lead of the game for the Indians. Shot is an air ball. Marlowe has the rebound, and she's going to be fouled by Bell. That's going to be 1-1 coming up here for the Indians. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Webb Funeral Home. Remember, they've been assisting Franklin County residents in their time of need all the way back since 1925. When you need their professional and understanding care, stop by their modern full-service facility just off Highway 91, just south of the city of Preston. Their doors are open to answer your questions or concerns anytime. That's Webb Funeral Home. They've been assisting Franklin County residents since 1925. Have not seen a score from the Century game, but you have to assume that the #1 ranked team and unbeaten team on the year is going to go on to win tonight. The winner of this game will get Century over in Pocatello on Saturday night, 7 o'clock tip-off. See if we can duck in a couple of scores. Bishop Kelly leading Middleton 37-32 in their district playoff. Sydney Marlowe goes back to the line here. Busy day on Saturday for you, basketball-wise. West Side plays at night. Of course, Preston will play at night, win or lose, whatever happens here. And 2:30 in the afternoon, Utah State will be at home as they will take on the Runnin' Rebels of UNLV. 2 o'clock pregame. We'll tip it off at 2:30 from the Spectrum. Bell steps in. That's a 2-pointer. That's going to be just a hair short. Dow has another rebound. Gives it off to Wood. 1:45 to play here in regulation. Wood runs through traffic. Gives it off to Larson. Bad pass trying to get it to Marlowe. Intercepted by Bell up into the front court. 8-foot jumper's no good. Larson's run over from behind, but it's going to stay with Preston as it was knocked out of bounds by Hannah Schutterveld. Full court pressure again here by Jerome as Meek gets it in to Marlowe off her hands and it goes out of bounds. So the ball will go back to Jerome. They'll bring it in from the side as White will bring it in with 1:36 left to play. Hurtado wants to run the offense. They trail by 13. 45-32. Corner three is off the top of the board, no good. Wood able to go and get it. Schotterveld slipped in the front court. It comes to Dow. Bethany wants to drive, then pulls up short. Now takes a little drop step and goes up, and she's fouled. She'll go back to the free throw line again. Gentry Mills called for the foul. That's her second. 10 team fouls now on Jerome. And this game all but over at this point with Dow at the line and a 13-point lead. She missed the front end. Coming in, got some replacements coming in here for Jerome. Jolie Harple into the game, a 5'8" sophomore into the game for the first time tonight. Dow's second free throw rattles around and goes in. Also into the game for Jerome for the first time tonight, Abby Olmus, a junior. 14-point lead, minute and 10 seconds to play here in regulation. So Coach Monroe using this opportunity to get some reserves, a minute of playing time anyway, as fouled by Marlowe. She tried to intercept the pass and was a step late getting there. As she draws the foul, that'll be her second. Well, it looks like the Indians will move on and play in the championship side of the bracket. Jerome will play the loser of the Century Pocatello game on Saturday evening. Officials over here to talk to the scorer, as now they say it'll be 1-1 for White, has 9 team fouls against the Indians. That's all contingent on the unbeaten team staying unbeaten, as White makes the first free throw. She's made 7 out of 8 and has 9 points in the game. She makes them both. She reaches double digits tonight. As Wood comes to meet the ball from Meek, now Larson comes to get it. Under a minute to play in regulation. 55 seconds as the clock runs. Larson has it, holds it high above her head, goes to Meek. Meek will give it to Larson, and reaching in and poking the ball away as the ball is poked out of bounds was Jolie Harple to poke it away. Stays the Indians' ball right in front of their own bench with 46 seconds left. Comes out top to Marlowe. Sydney drives down the right side, then double dribbles. She wanted to stop and then took an extra dribble to take an extra step to go around the screen. That's a double dribble. 46-34, 41 seconds left on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard here in the fourth quarter, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Up in the front court, it comes to Ortega, to White. She shoots a three from the corner, good again. She has 13. All of a sudden, she's tied for high point honors on the team, and she didn't hardly play in the first half. As it comes to Wood. 19 seconds to play in regulation. Little spin move, give it back to Meek. Over to Marlowe in the right corner. Looks inside to Dow, nothing there. So Sidney will bring it back out to Wood. Top of the key with 9, with 8, 7. She drives back to Larson with 4, with 3. Just hold on to the ball. Don't need to shoot it. Give it to Wood. And that's the way the ball game ends. So Preston is able to win. They got off to a bad start. Just what Coach Hall was trying to avoid, a slow start tonight. They fell behind 8-1 early, then able to battle back and win it tonight by the final score of 46-37. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll start the postgame show right after this on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. This has been Preston Indians basketball. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, Lewiston State Bank, Franklin County Medical Center, My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Idaho Salvage, Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, and Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Now stay tuned for the postgame show. Coming right up.
As the seasons change, it's a good time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock, stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
Welcome into the postgame show here from Preston Gym as the Preston Indians got off to a slow start, but then go on to a 9-point victory here tonight, 46-37. They pick up the victory over the Jerome Tigers. And credit to Tigers as they fought hard. They didn't go away, even that jumping out to an early lead, only to have Preston take the lead halfway through the second quarter. And they fought back and led a good portion of the third quarter as well. And finally, Preston was able to use their size advantage inside as Bethany Dow put up another 24-point performance tonight as she finishes and leads her team to a victory, 46-37. And tonight's postgame show is brought to you by Idaho Salvage. If you're doing cleanup work around your house, yard, or garage, remember you can you can turn your scrap metal, I should say, into cash. All you have to do is take it to Idaho Salvage and Metal right here in Preston. They pay top dollar from everything from scrap cars to aluminum cans. So take your scrap metal to Idaho Salvage and Metals on West Oneida right here in Preston. So home has been a good place for the Indians this year as they're able to pick up another win here tonight on the home floor. They're now 10-4 this year on the home floor. They've won 5 in a row here at Preston Gym, and over the years they're still now 20 games above 500. They are now 66-46 in games played here at Preston Gym. Well, on the pregame show today, Coach Kimber Hall said, yeah, we're in the same side of the bracket with Century. There's nothing we can do about it. All we can do is deal with it and deal with them with how they come. And what's going to come is another meeting with the Century Diamondbacks on Saturday night, more than likely, I have not seen a score from the Century game, but you certainly have to think that the unbeaten team this year, and number one ranked team in the girls 4A division on both the coaches and media poll, they're 21-0 at the start of play tonight. You would think that they would be able to win at home fairly easily. So unless I hear otherwise, we will simply assume that Century will be our destination coming up on Saturday night. We'll keep an eye on Twitter. We'll pass along any scores that we get here over the next couple of minutes. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and we will look at the stats from tonight's game as we continue right after this on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Health West is a nationally recognized community health center that provides patient-centered health care for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable health care.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Well, let's take a look and see how the scoring went in tonight's game as the Indians pick up the victory here in the opening round of the district tournament. First tonight for the Jerome Tigers. Abriana Hurtado finished the game with 3 points tonight. Amaya Thomas played but did not score. Vanaya Ortega also played but did not score. Ashley Cook had 3. Mercedes Bells finished with 13. It was Hannah Schotterveld who played but did not score. Gentry Mills did not score in the game either. Vanessa Pfeiffer finished the game with 5. But how about the game by Alexis White? The sophomore off the bench has 13 in the game. And speaking of in the game, the Tigers go 11 for 14 from the free throw line. Most of that because of White, who was 8 for 8 free throw shooting in the game. For the Preston Indians, Jessica Alder finished with 2. Alicia Wood also with 2. Sage Meek played but did not score. Addie Mosier played but did not score in the game tonight as well. I take that back. Mosier had 1 point in the contest tonight. Sydney Marlowe had made a couple of free throws. She had 2 points in the game. Bethany Dow had another 20-point game tonight as she finishes with 20. She was 5 of 9 from the free throw line. And more than likely, I don't have a rebound count in front of me, but you certainly have to assume that she's on her way to yet another double-double performance tonight. Cassie Pugmire did not score. Kylie Larson had a career-high 10 points in the game, and Liz Larson got to take her regular rotations pretty much throughout the game over that pneumonia that she had and also the concussion protocol that she was stuck in for a while. She finished the game with 8 points, and as far as free throw shooting is concerned, the Lady Indians went 11 of 17 from the free throw line. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, wrap it up, tell you what's on tap for both the boys and the girls on the Indian sides. We'll do all that as we continue right after this on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
58. When the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Well, Preston able to win it, and they'll move into the winner's side of the bracket, the championship side of the bracket, and more than likely will take on Century coming up. However, the next game coming up for the boys will be next Wednesday when they'll be back here at home. It'll be senior night as they will be playing host to the Burley Bobcats coming up on next Wednesday. You can hear that game on mylocalradio.com starting with the pregame show at 7:10. Tip-off set for 7:30. As we've mentioned, the girls now move on into the second round, and we assume that they will play the Diamondbacks from Century. It's either going to be Century or Pocatello. We assume it'll be the Diamondbacks, although I have not seen a final from that game as of yet. You'll be able to hear that game after as they'll be more likely over in Century. You can catch that game following the Utah State UNLV game Saturday afternoon from the Spectrum. You'll be able to hear that game on FM 105.5 AM 1340 and on mylocalradio.com. So, a big performance tonight by Bethany Dow. She scores 20, has another double-double to add to her collection as she able to pick up a very timely performance to help her team getting off to a slow start, come from behind as the Indians able to win it tonight by the final score of 46-37. That'll wrap up tonight's broadcast. The executive producer of Preston Broadcasting Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator tonight has been John Beverly. And special thanks to Jake Fuller for running our camera tonight on the video feed. So until we talk again next Saturday, starting at 7 o'clock, no matter where we are, I'm Dan Hubbard. Thanks for listening tonight. As I remind you again of the final score, the Lady Indians 46, the Lady Tigers from Jerome 37. Until our next time that we talk, you have a very pleasant good night.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting LLC and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting LLC.